Hi guys, this is Jerry, and today is a quick video or quite detailed video about the Nissan navigation. So this will have all the information you need to know: how to use the navigation, how to use the voice command, how to search your address, and how to set it up as well. So this particular navigation is available on the newest Nissan X-Trail, Nissan Qashqai from 2023 onwards. And if you would like to purchase any Nissan vehicles, please make sure you contact Abby Pukoi. We are the authorized dealer for Nissan, Volkswagen, MG and Kia, or contact me directly. I will be able to help you secure the vehicle. And if you're interested in other contents like this, please make sure you subscribe and like to support this small channel. And let's turn the camera around, start the video. So I'll go through all the details for how to set up, how to search your address, how to even do the voice command, everything. And I'll leave all the timestamps down below so you can skip ahead, skip forward if you wish to. And hope you enjoy the video. All right, first thing, in the home screen, simply tap the navigation or tap this button to go into the navigation menu. This is pretty easy. In the navigation menu, this is how the screen looks like when there's no guidance. Basically, on the top, you get your time, you get the setting menu, you get the bar over here that display your connection for your music, everything. You can disable it if you don't want to. And then search, basically to search your address or anything like that. On the right, you can zoom in, zoom out on the map, or you can use two fingers to zoom in, zoom out. And anywhere, you can also tap different addresses, drag different addresses if you wish to. And then you can tap the point of interest if you wish to as well, as you can see. And then on the left, that's your compass. That allows you to actually change your map display if you wish to. Simply tap this. This is 3D by heading direction. Tap this again. This is north direction, as you can see, but not heading to the vehicle. Or this is 2D heading direction. So you get three different sort of screens or design you can choose for the map orientation. And then underneath, you will show your street name, as we are just a little bit off-road right now, so it's going to say unknown street at the moment. And then on the left, you can start searching address or start searching on the top. That's the same thing. Underneath, this is your quick adjustment or quick buttons for your POI, so point of interest. So we get home button. We haven't set it home over here, so it's not going to show anything. Or petrol station, or restaurants, or coffee shops, or parking, parking spaces or parking lots, basically. So you can quickly tap this button. Let's say coffee shops. That allows you to see all the coffee shops around you. It's gonna line them based on the distance, or you can do option sort by distance or by name, whichever you used to. And to search anything, just press the search icon on the top, then start typing your number or road address or street address, whichever you like. For example, if I want to search Bellingham Road, I'm gonna start typing Bellingham Road. Just bear with me. There we go, it's come up. The matches will show how many matches you have in this particular system. And we have quite a lot of matches, so we don't know which one should we select. So now we want to go to list. So once you tap list, you will have address over here. Then press address. That means the address will come up just like this. That allows you to search this Flatbush store. Once the Flatbush store is selected, you have three different options. The first one is fastest, the eco, or the shortest. The fastest being obviously very easy to understand. Eco, it's just combined. It will save a little bit petrol because the speed and other things. Shortest means the shortest distance. When you select anything, just tap and start. It will automatically start, basically. You can do turn list. That means you can see how many turns you have in this particular route, or more options to change these things. You can add to a route, or you can move the location where your arriving location. You can click prefer, place info, or customize. You can even just show one type if you wish to. Otherwise, 3 types is okay. Once you start,
the route has been calculated.
Just
Please
like that.
drive onto a digitized road.
Sorry, it's quite loud. So that's how the navigation looks like once you start driving. Once you start driving, it's going to show you the guidance: go left, go right. It will show you how much time you have to run to your sort of this particular address based on the navigation. Obviously, there's no on-time traffic for now. And in particular, in the New Zealand factory, in the New Zealand setting, sorry. And then once you select it, you can also tap this button over here to change all your route options. So these route options allow you to do the first one, new destination. That means you create a new address and all that things. We don't need to go through that. Cancel route, that allows you to cancel all route destination or just one destination if you do have an en route. which is your sort of point. You can do turn list. Again, you can see all the turning left and right. You can do route preferences. That changes all your small things about if you use ferries, if you use this, and if you use that. In New Zealand, you don't have to worry about this, but in other countries, this may be important. Recalculate. That means if you go to you've already on the halfway and you think that might be a different option or anything like that, you can recalculate this option if you wish to. Show the destination. It's just gonna show the destination on the map, allow you to see the surrounding areas. Add to the route. That means you can add a destination or add a waypoint in between. If you do go anywhere, if you add a waypoint, you just start typing the same thing, address, and all that things. That's pretty much easy. Detour, that means you can detour to these things. For example, 1 kilometers, that means you can do a detour to anywhere. So the thing for the petrol station, for anything like that. That's your detour basically. And then left, we have guidance settings. So you can change the volume up and down if you think the volume is too high or too low, or you can turn off the volume if you wish to. The guidance, you can save this particular route. That means you have a particular route for your final destination. You can save this particular route, but you don't have to. As long as you save your location, it's easy to find. Map scroll, that you can allow you to go around the map just to see your surroundings, just to see your information like this. And simulation, this is quite handy. Not handy. This is quite interesting. So basically you can start doing the simulation. The vehicle, the map will show you driving around the route and all that things. You can go forward and backwards. This is quite a cool feature. You can stop, you can cancel, you can pause, or anything like that. So simulation is quite cool, but you're not going to sit in the car for 40 minutes or 10 minutes, just watch the vehicle, watch the navigation driving instead of yourself driving basically. And then additional feature, on top of the route, you have these small campers that tell you your route, in route and all that things. If you tap this again, your navigation will give you another notification.
Please drive onto a digitized road.
Yeah, so that gives you the next notification basically. So that's how the search, address, and navigation looks like. I'll go through the settings after this part. So in the settings, there are quite a lot we can talk about. First thing, if you press the settings, we'll have all the information for setting the map and for setting navigation. First thing is the map setting. We have the map orientation, which is the small campus underneath. We have north up, 3D, or heading up. It's pretty simple. There's nothing special. Center vehicle on map, you can press it on. That means your vehicle center will be right in the center instead of just below the bottom. Otherwise, you can see it's just going to be below the bottom, which doesn't matter for me. Point of interest icon, you can change the icon. You can have it on, have it off on the screen if you like. Let's say if you want automotive to be on, if you want bank to be on, it will show on the map. At the moment, the restaurant and the petrol station is on, just like that, as you can see. Traffic info settings, you can filter the traffic info icons. In case there's any traffic information from the GPS system, it will give you a notification if you're passing by anything. Again, these are things that are on, but you can change it whenever you like. And next one, we have the split screen. So if you enable the split screen, it's kind of a thing that you can have your, if you do not set anything, you can have your passenger to look at your smaller map or anything like that, your driver look at the bigger map or whatever, but when you do have your navigation engaged or your guidance engaged, that means you can have your guidance on the right and your standard navigation on the left. It's something, it really depends on your choice. Personally, I don't really like it. I prefer to have the full screen, but again, you can choose whenever you like. Split screen during en route, you can do full map. That means there's no split screen. But if you do turn list or intersection, that means once you have your your navigation guidance on, then your en route or turn list will show up over there. And just like that, when you start navigation, and the turn list will show on the right, where your navigation will show on the left. So that's up to you to display those things. And if we go back to the map setting again, we can have that intersection. So instead of turning list or anything, it's going to show intersection on the right. So you have a small permanent display over here. If you don't want it, you can just tap the middle screen. It will go back to normal. That's up to you as well. in map settings. So we are going to disengage this particular thing because personally I prefer the full map, but again you can choose whenever you like as well. Next one, we have the display route guidance option, so you can enable these things if you wish to. For example, always show turn list on freeways, always show all motorway exist on route and all that things. It will have all your small information on the left and right when you start navigation, everything. You can show the audio info, which is your small icon on the left. If you don't want that, you can disengage that, so you don't have the radio or music player, which is displayed permanently on the top left. You can show current state, which is a small line underneath. Customize lower menu bar. This is your personalized for your quick, options or quick point of interest, everything. You can delete your route, or you can plus which your work location, your map icon, your save location, or anything like that. So that's quite handy if you wish to add anything. Add the quick button underneath. We also have daytime map color. If you have daytime map color black, so all the color will be black. But if your daytime color is white, that means daytime is white, nighttime will be black or darker color. You can show place names, you can show facility names. These are all pretty easy, medium, high, large or medium. Just show you the letters on the right and left. That's pretty easy. Record, you can record and show road dockings if you wish to. In tracking dots distance, you can change the distance, everything as well. So show when you start navigation, it will show the dots around the corner. North up is if zoomed out. Again, that's up to you. When you zoom out, it's going to show north up. Otherwise, cancel it if you don't like it. Map scrolling information, and you can change the map scrolling information. And I'll go through this information basically for your address book icon, traffic pop-up icon, and all that things. Again, that's up to you to see if you want it. You can adjust the current location if you don't think it's accurate or anything like that. But at the moment, we are totally okay. Next part is the routing preferences. So in the preference sections, you can do fastest route, you can do one type or three types. That means when you search anything, it's going to come up everything. You can minimize toll road, minimize motorway if you wish to. But in New Zealand, we are totally okay in most cases. But in other countries, these may be important. You can use ferries or do not use ferries, whichever you used to. Or you can use learned routes. That means when you drive to these areas, or if you drive these routes before, it's going to recommend you to use these routes basically. Use time restricted. Again, that's up to you. Depends. Seasonal restricted roads. It's not going to happen every often, but you can select to not use it or do not use it, whichever you used to. Avoid certain areas. Again, you can use it or not use it. That's the map preference. Voice guidance, it's pretty easy. You can change these things whenever you like to engage, disengage these functions. You can add your user info. That means you can add your home location. If you want to add that, simply type your address. Then you can use your home location. Add word location, it's the same thing. You can add another location, or you can save routes. You can do areas to avoid, or you can delete all your info if you wish to. In the address book, you can add all the addresses list over here if you have multiple addresses to save. So that's pretty simple. Next one, we have the safety guide settings. So safety guide settings will have your safety cameras on the map and safety cameras warning on the map. Obviously, this is preloaded in the system. It's quite handy to have this. It'll give you a warning before you go through a safety camera in case your speed goes too high or too low. But it's not going to be super like updated because the map doesn't get updated until you go to a dealership sort of thing. Again, that's your self setting. And then if you want to reset everything to default, you can press the down the bottom and click yes to reset everything to default. So that's that. And last part, I will show you how to use the voice guidance. So tap the search button over here. Instead of typing the address over here, you have a small voice command button over there. And that means you can name out the address, you can search POI, you can read out things, information like that. So if you tap the icon over here, and you can click address or POI. If we click POI,
please say a POI category name.
Museum in Auckland.
Did you mean Museum Auckland? Please say yes or say a number from the displayed list.
Number 1.
1. Museum in Auckland. Please say or select an item number from the displayed list.
Number 1.
1. Replace destination, add as waypoint or adjust location.
Replace destination.
Replacing destination.
Just like that, the voice guidance will start working. So yeah, that's quite a handy feature to go through those things. In between all those selections, you can also tap those buttons, tap those selections if you wish to. So this is one way to use the voice guidance. And while you drive, you don't have to go through the screen and tap all those things. You can actually engage the voice command button over here. So simply tap this button.
Please say or select a command.
I'll cancel this first.
Canceling voice recognition.
Cancel is the cancel button, by the way. So before I go through that, when you tap these things, you can also ask this information to make a phone call through your mobile phone, stuff like that. Alternatively, you can do this to give you guidance or cancel guidance, basically.
Please say or select a command.
Cancel navigation.
Canceling route.
There we go. The route is cancelled. Or you can tap this button to ask the command, voice command, to go to a particular address or a particular area, for example.
Please say or select a command.
Navigate to Flatbush, Auckland.
Go to Flatbush Road, Auckland. Please say the house number, the name of a cross street, or say no house number.
No house number.
No house number. Calculate route, adjust location or change address. Calculating route. The route has been calculated. Please drive onto a digitized road.
There we go. That's how that works to search a particular address. You can see the number as well. You can see the suburb. You can see all those things if you wish to. All right, that's pretty much the video about the navigation system on the new Nissan. I hope you enjoyed the content. Please, if you do, please make sure you subscribe and like, and that will be really helpful for the small channel. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.